The eighth edition of the much anticipated Forbes Women Africa Leading Women Summit will return on 8 March 2023, honoring International Women's Day. After two virtual summits during the pandemic, this year the event returns to the stage in front of a live audience. I'm Balesa Mufukeng. Join me as I speak to some of the people who will be at the event at the Sunbet Arena, Times Square in Pretoria, South Africa. My first guest is Renuka Methil, the managing editor of Forbes Women Africa, who joins us from Dubai. Welcome, Renuka. Great to see you.
Great to see you too, Palesa. We're all very excited. Got a few more days in the run-up to the event, so lots to do, lots to talk about.
Definitely. So what can we expect from this year's summit? What are some of the themes, and how have you developed the themes for this year and the events leading up to them?
Sure. So I just want to take a step back to what has happened in the last 7 years. We've had 7 great years of the Forbes Women Africa Leading Women Summit. And every year we have a fascinating theme and always linked to the topics of the day, the mood of the day, the mood of the nation of the day. So of the year, sorry. So we've got similarly for this year as well. It's very important to talk about in a post-pandemic scheme of things, the icons and ideas shaping Africa. So we've called it Women 3.0, the icons and ideas shaping Africa. Who are these powerhouses at the front leading to create change and make lasting impact? And it kind of follows through the trends that we've seen in the magazine in Forbes Africa every year. We look at these evolving topics, and the summit sort of encapsulates all of that in a single day. And as you rightly mentioned in the intro, the last 2 years, it's been a virtual summit. We had a lot of trailblazers from around the world and in Africa meeting from across the world into a virtual stage. So this year, the excitement is that we're returning to the live format, and the fact that all of us are going to be connecting physically, networking with these change makers under the same roof in one room at the Sunbet Arena in Pretoria. For me, that is the most exciting aspect of the summit, the fact that we're going to be interacting for a very long period with these people. They're going to be sitting to your left and right. You're going to be engaging in day-long conversations with them. So from 8:30 in the morning up until 3:30 in the afternoon, there's going to be a lot of conversations and discourse and talks and insights and panel discussions. And we've got a fascinating lineup this year too. And they're going to be talking about, as I said, the trending topics of the period, the topics that will also trend in the coming year. So we've got everything from food to fashion to fintech to agri-tech to climate tech to the Web 3.0 and the metaverse and all of those things that will be discussed. So it's not just, typically you would think that a women's summit is about male bashing and about empowerment only. It is about empowering conversations that women will have and who are leading in these respective fields. So if I have more time, I can definitely start with the entire lineup. There's quite a few. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. There's just so many big names.
Lots and lots to look forward to. And just outside COVID-19 that had disturbed the live event in the past 2 years, what can we particularly look forward to in this year's event?
So as I said, it's, I think what I love about the summit is the fact that the attendee list often mirrors the spectacular lineup that we have on stage. So it's just as you have stellar speaker lineup on stage, you have also people in the audience who are equally phenomenal, just that they're not up on stage. So think of the conversations that you'll have on stage and off stage in your, the sessions when you're drinking tea with someone, or, creating a lifelong collaboration in those 5 minutes. So I think that's what's going to stand out. And I'm just going to take a few names here because I have to. In previous years, we've had Naomi Campbell, the supermodel, and in the live format, we had names like Nkosi Okonjo-Iweala, who's the Director General of the World Trade Organization. We've had the First Lady of Namibia speaking. We've had names like Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and Angelique Kidjo winning awards that the day will culminate in. It's the Forbes Women Africa Awards. But again, just to speak a little bit about the lineup that we have, we've got pioneers from the mining industry like Nolita Fakude, who is a pioneer in the Minerals Council of South Africa. We've got young, and this is a young continent, so we have to represent the youth as well in the summit. So we've got the Pan-African feminist Aya Chebi coming all the way from Tunisia. We've got Haja Sharif, who's tuning in from Libya. She was also a Nobel Prize laureate. So lots of names from across the continent, from Ghana to Nigeria to Uganda to Kenya to Botswana, South Africa. We've got stunning names. We've got the Amina J. Mohammed, the UN Deputy Secretary General, also speaking at the event. It'll be a recorded message, but she's definitely tuning in. And then live on stage will be names like Elsa Majimbo, who's making waves in Hollywood right now. She is the famous Kenyan comedian, and also Tumi Morake. We've got, our own Grammy Award-winning artist from South Africa also. And so lots of singers I can see, but also names like Dr. Helena Ndumi, who's the award-winning ophthalmologist from Namibia. And I do know there's just so many names. And of course, not to mention, you have your billionaire, tycoons. You've got your business, your CEOs. You've got your activists, you've got your artists, you've got your aesthetes, you've got your sports people. So everybody's covered. And that's what I love about the format of this summit, that you can actually bring together women from across the spectrum, multiple industries, multiple generations. And these are the people you're going to be connecting with. So this summit is a connector more than anything else. And at the end of the day, your takeaway will be a lot more than you even anticipated. And of course, we're going to culminate in the Forbes Women Africa Awards. We've had illustrious winners in the past, and there's going to be some great names, winning the awards this year as well. And rest is, just wait and watch our space. If you want tickets, you can go to leadingwomensummit.co.za.
Thank you so much, Renuka Methil. That is the managing editor of Forbes Women Africa.
Most welcome, Palesa. Come to see all of the big names in Africa and beyond. Watch them, hear them, see them live only at the 8th Annual Forbes Women Africa Leading Women Summit.
Next up, apart from the driving forces behind the scenes, we need to acknowledge the sponsors who make this event possible. Greg Solomon is the CEO of McDonald's. Thanks for joining us, Greg. What is the motivation for McDonald's to associate with Forbes Women Africa Leading Women Summit?
Hey, Palesa. Good day, good evening, and good morning to everybody. Look, I think it's about leadership, and it's about the Forbes Africa and McDonald's having very, very similar cultures, very, very similar thoughts, and particularly the similar thoughts around aggressive diversity, equity, and inclusion, and women empowerment. And that's what I think makes us a beautiful partnership and brings us in harmony with a common vision.
Greg, I hear that a large number of McDonald's franchises are women. How do you see the women behind this world-famous brand?
Well, they're powerful leaders, let me rather say, and yes, with absolute humbleness and no arrogance over here. They are where they are not because they are women. They are where they are because they are the best leaders for the organization, and I'm very, very proud of them.
Awesome. And what is the message McDonald's wants to bring to the women at the summit?
I think our message is that we don't have special programs for women. We just have a culture, we have an awareness, we have conversations where women just are allowed equal opportunities, that the door opens for men and the door opens for women. We are now 60% of all our employees are women in the organization. Over 42% of all our leaders in the organization are women. Over 25% of all our franchisees are women. And they're not where they are because they're women. They're where they are because they're the best. For us, there's not special programs. It's just about giving equal opportunities and making sure that we get rid of the bias that we have in our business, and certainly any form of discrimination, if you want to put it that way, of gender-based discrimination. If we can eradicate that, we have a happier organization.
Well, power to women empowerment. What will McDonald's be doing on the day at the summit?
Well, we've got two programs. We'll clearly be joining the summit, but we also have our own program as well, which is led by our Women's Leadership Council, Maureen Williams, as well as our chairperson of that. And the women have conversations with women. As I said before, it's not about programs. It's about conversations. It's about empowerment. It's about true transformation. And just think about it this way. McDonald's, we serve 8 million odd customers every single month. We employ 15,000 people. And if we want to become irrelevant, we will make sure that our organization doesn't replicate our customers nor our employee base. So that's why this is not just a program. This is an imperative. The return on investment of having diversity, equity, and inclusion, the return on investment to have different ways of thoughts, different cultures, the innovation is amazing. And that's what makes us so powerful. I always say this, that if our customers are 50% women, why shouldn't all levels of the organization be 50% women? If the outside world is changing faster than your own organization, you'll soon be irrelevant. So you better get up to speed with the outside world.
Well, thanks so much, Greg. And that was Greg Solomon, who is the CEO of McDonald's. Among the many prominent women speaking at the event is Tumi Morake, South African comedian, author, columnist, presenter, producer, you name it, who joins us from Cape Town, where she is working on several projects. Tumi, thank you so much for joining us. Now tell us, why is the Forbes Women Africa Leading Women Summit important to you and the women of this continent?
I think because women carry each other very well. And, we're coming out of a pandemic, which was, some people called it the great equalizer. I think for me, it was the great highlighter of inequality. So it's very exciting to find women who are pushing through these kinds of barriers, who then come together and share their journeys, So you can walk away feeling like, A, I'm not alone. B, feeling like, okay, I can also do it. I can be a power woman. But C, it's really nice to come back together again after we'd been it felt like violently separated from each other with that, lockdown that we all went through in various stages. So I think, it's really important to catch up with where we are and to tell each other to keep going.
Well, could you hint at the message that we'll be sharing on the 8th of March?
I think it's to remind each other that we're each other's strengths. I feel like I've had a great career. I still have an illustrious career, and it's here because I am riding on the shoulders of female giants. I'm pulling on coattails of amazing women. And so I'm just going to talk about also remembering to laugh, breathe, and be. I think that is my main message. Just remember to laugh, breathe, and be, because we're so busy taking over the world and taking back our power that I wonder if we ever stop to enjoy, the strides that we have made.
Tumi, thank you so much for your time. I'm looking forward to your conversation on the 8th. And as we come to the end of this launch special, let's hear from a few of the other speakers who will be there to share their stories. Hope to see you at the 8th Forbes Women Africa Leading Women Summit on the 8th of March at the Sunbet Arena, Times Square in Pretoria, South Africa. But for now, it is goodbye from me, Balesa Mufokeng, and the team.
I'm Dr. Fumi Adiwara, the founder and the chief executive officer of Movie Health International.
Hello, I'm Helen Dawson from Tanzania, and I will be speaking at Forbes Women Africa Leading Women Summit this 2023.
I'm incredibly excited to announce that I will be one of the speakers at this year's annual Forbes Women Africa Leading Women Summit.
Come and witness me and many other inspirational women take center stage at this global influential event.